Guys, Christina here. Now that we have spoken about some of the symptoms of DID, I would like to share some of the terms used while we speak about the condition. Yes, I have used a few of these terms in my previous videos, but I just thought that, and I am still learning the lingo myself, but I just thought that, putting learning the terminologies and actually sharing them with you would make it a little bit more easier for everyone, including myself, to explain and understand the idea. So the first term that we would be going for is system. The system refers to the entire person. In this case, it would be Christina, or what we call as a system name, integrated. Since we are multiple people, see, it's not always possible to address everyone with the same name, right? Like, for example, if you're talking to somebody, you wouldn't really like it if they call you by some other name that you do not relate to or you do not accept. And that's exactly why everyone in a system actually come up, jointly agrees to a name and that they can be addressed as. So we have discovered a few other systems since the time that we have created this channel with research and everything else, and we have been following them on social media last week or two. The names of each of the systems can differ. It depends on what everyone agrees on. So some of the names that we've actually known of systems are the Zabi, the pizza system, the puzzle system, the others. There are also systems that would, like, there is Emily and the others, where Emily is apparently the host. And thanks to one of the viewers of our video, we have also now come to know about this extremely famous YouTuber called Dissociated. So, yeah. The second term that is very common when you're talking about DID is the term alter. So, alter refers to the alternate personalities that are in a DID system. In our case, we have 6 established alters, and like I have mentioned before, alters can be of different kinds in terms of age, race, sexual orientation, um, and some are even non human alters. The third term that we would go for is called the switch. So the switch is when there is a change in the alter that is currently interacting with the world. Like mentioned before, switches can be as quick as the blink of an eye, or it can take a few minutes. Next, we have the term blending. Blending refers to temporary integration, where one specific alter can pick up skills or abilities of another alter. So, it's kind of like that they blend into each other, I guess. The next term we have is masking. Masking is when an alter mimics a different alter who is in control of the body that is currently interacting with the external world. Now, see, masking is extremely important in DID because the whole point is that people or even the host, like external people or the host, do not that we are coming in contact with, do not really realize that a system exists. The next thing we have is fronting or hosting. This is when a particular alter is out and is interacting with the external world. The next term that we have is co-conscious. It is also shortened to co-con. That is when 2 or more alters are conscious of the surroundings and everything else. Like when there is co-consciousness, they are aware of each other, like whichever alters are actually currently fronting, and what they actually do is, and what they're doing, and what the external environment and the people that they come in contact are doing as well. See, it's not always necessary that alters would be co-conscious, but in case there is a younger alter, especially a child alter that is fronting, there would most probably always be the caretaker, the caretaker alter, the protector alter, who would be co-conscious with them, and just to ensure that the alter is safe, the child alter is safe when they are out and about in the world. Then we have the term dissociation. So, dissociation is basically disconnection from a certain emotion, from the surroundings, feelings, and everything else. So, dissociation happens like it's a coping mechanism, right? But it's not necessary that you dissociate when you face a difficult situation. You also dissociate when there would be an alter switch. The next term would be bleed through. So a bleed through is when one or more alters within the system are experiencing emotions or memories, feelings that are not their own but of another alter in the system. Now, for example, if I am not fronting, but if and another alter was, and everything else, so obviously when you speak to me about it, I wouldn't know, right? I would not be able to relate to it because I was not the one who was interacting with you. But in case you do show me a chat, or like you're talking about something and there might be these vague fragments of these memories that would be there, and I may remember it, like pieces of it, fragments of it, but again, that's not something that happens all the time, right? The next word that we have is trigger. So, a trigger is anything that sets a series of thoughts or emotions like in motion, reminding a person of some aspect of their past. Now, I know that the word triggers is actually used as a negative term, but what I need you to understand that not every trigger is negative. Like for example, there can be a certain smell, a certain place, certain people, certain music that can act as positive triggers, which just means that it just gives them a good memory of it, right? It holds some positive memory that would be there. And sometimes what happens is positive triggers can also create switches. It has happened with me, where if it is a certain song, or if one of like if my partner calls me as the alter who is seeing, like who is with the partner, I would be the one who would switch, who would front at that point of time. Again, that's not always the case. You can't always force a switch, and I don't think that should be done. You shouldn't try and force a certain alter from the system to just come out just for the heck of it. Please do not do that. It's extremely traumatizing, simply because the alter who's fronting, they do not know what to do, and you might end up triggering them in the negative way. So please don't. Alters don't really come out. See, just because it's called a switch does not mean that we work that way. So just don't. The next term that we have is singlet. Now, singlet is somebody who is a single personality, one single person, one body, one person. So basically, that's someone who does not have DID, who does not have multiple personalities. And the last term that I would like to share with you is called healthy multiplicity. It's an actual term. It's a term that is actually used in the medical books that I've been referring to. Healthy multiplicity is defined as someone who has multiple personalities, but the personalities present do not really cause a significant distress. And because it does not cause a significant distress, it's not necessary that they would have that they would find any hindrance in actually functioning regularly. See, guys, what you need to understand is that DID is not a bad thing, right? Just like any other mental health condition, it's not a bad thing. It's not something that needs to be corrected. Nobody is trying, no medical profession actually tries to correct the disorder. Okay, we are in 2020, medicine has advanced, we understand that it has caused because of trauma, right? So see, what happens is that some systems, when we have had our trauma has been so severe, that systems have a lot of alters and a lot of fragments. Like I have mentioned before, there are systems present that have like what I know of have about 75 to 78 alters. That's a lot of alters. So when a lot of personalities are trying to front, it is obvious that that person would not be able to concentrate and go on with their regular work life balance and have trouble functioning, etc., because there are so many people inside their head. And obviously, if they do dissociate and if there are switches, the alters may not have fronted before, or they might not like doing that, so it would cause issues, right? And hence they would not be able to function properly. We do know of systems that are in other countries, of course, that are on the disability category and everything else, because they know that they're not capable of actually maintaining their work life balance and everything else. But there are systems that are either integrating, in the process of integration, or are already integrated, or are organized enough to mask the condition well. They mask the condition so well that they do go on with life. I might be one such example, because yes, I do have difficulties. It's not like I don't. I do have issues at work. I do have issues with my personal relationships, but it's not that bad. I do go on with life, and the whole point of DID is that the personality is split to protect the person. At the end of the day, we are still one whole person if you put us all together, right? We all do work like one single person. And at some point of time, when the system is past the trauma, the host is past, or the particular alter is past the trauma, the memories, and they heal and they minimize the triggers, etc., alters do fuse, they do integrate to become a whole person. Alters would reduce, the alters might become dormant. All of that happens. So not everyone should fit into your definition of how someone with DID, or in fact how someone with any mental health condition should or are expected to behave. We are all different. You cannot compare one person who has DID, who has certain set of symptoms, who act a certain way, with another person who has DID, because they would not act the same. They're two different people, they're two different systems who have different kind of alters, who have undergone different kinds of trauma, who have different coping mechanisms within their DID system. So you cannot expect them to behave the same way. So yes, that's all for today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It just helps us, it keeps us motivated, that maybe even out of the few people that actually watch the video, somebody actually benefits from it, or somebody, even if they're my friends or somebody that I come in contact with, at least they are learning more about me, just like I am learning about myself too. So yes, I'll see you guys in the next video.